because from the series of questions they asked the both times we communicated with them, of course, we already know that they try to entrap us so that we can entrap ourselves so that they won't give us the number. That's the first thing. The other thing is, first they ask you, where are you calling from? And then, of course, when you give them a United States phone number, that's the first thing that fucks you. The second thing is, okay, where's your zip code at? She didn't even ask me what my address was or none of that yet. But those two things about my phone number and the zip code where I was located at, when we gave those two things, it was over. It was a wrap after that.
Well, the zip code is what verifies jurisdiction,
Of course, and of course, but to them, we're not foreign if we live here in the United States. Remember? So what I'm gonna do
I agree with you, but they don't.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Patrick, and I'm on the line now.
Oh.
Hi, Patrick. How are you?
How you doing, Patrick?
Okay.
Yeah, Marshall.
One thing you guys got to remember, okay? This whole thing started getting the 98 series number when I first did it back in 2009 and started pushing that thing through. It was that I filled out the 3520 and the 3520A.
Yeah, that's what I did.
That were addressed on the Schedule B of the 1040 form.
Right.
Okay? And that's when this all started, okay? You need to address the fact that you need to have that 98 number so you can complete the 3520 and the 3520A.
Right.
Oh, when talking to them.
Yes, when you're telling them that, okay?
Right.
And that you are a foreign person to their corporate system. Okay? And that basically they are conspiring against you. It's a conspiracy in the usage of that Social Security person. Because he's operating in the foreign jurisdiction.
Yes, correct.
Okay, he's operating in the insurance world, which is a completely different world than the du jour world. It's another fictional world. It's the land of Oz. Okay,
yeah,
so try and study that about that you need to address this for the 3520 and 3528. Look those forms up. Read and understand what they're all about.
Well, that's what I did, Patrick. Not to cut you off, but my name is Kevin. How you doing? That's what I did. I did 3520 and 35A, and then after I did that, they sent it back, says it's not complete, but we're going to assign you a 98 series number for the trust, and that's what I did, and I got it.
Yeah, no problem.
Wow.
I sent mine in with, I put my Social Security number down as an EIN in the form.
Yep. Yeah, I did too.
Sent off to Idaho, and basically they came back and said that's not an EIN number, and they went to Philadelphia and got me the EIN number.
Right.
And then they sent it to me.
Right, that's what they did to me. Because I did put my that straw man Social Security number on there on both forms, and then like maybe 4 or 5 weeks later they sent me said we're signing your EIN number for your particular 3520 and your 3528.
Caller, you are too close to the mic.
I didn't have any foreign address or anything like that on there. I just had my regular address.
Yeah, that's what I did. Send my regular address.
Yeah.
That's better. Hi, Patrick.
Yeah, my name is...
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Yes.
Patrick, I just want to say hello. This is Sylvia.
Hi. Okay.
I'm listening. Thank you.
Okay, listen. Okay. Go ahead with the question.
Okay, the question is, how does that help me when I'm on the phone with them and they're not even asking me none of that?
Basically, you tell them up front there that I need to get a 98 series number so I can complete the SS, the 3520 and 3520A form.
Okay, wow, man, I wish I would have heard the conversation. I tried to tape it, but because because I wanted y'all to hear what happened. It was ugly, man. It was ugly. I mean, and I didn't use the 3520 and none of that, but I mean, we don't. I mean, I'm living at somebody else's address right now. I mean, in care of this certain address. I don't have a Social Security number. All of that, and they was like, man, they weren't hearing none of that.
You do have a Social Security number, don't you?
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah.
But I was under the impression that if you're applying for the foreign grant of trust, you don't have to give that Social Security number to them.
You give it to them, okay?
It's connected.
It's got to be connected until basically you terminate it and liquidate it down the road.
Okay? All right, let me ask a dumb question then. How can I give them that number if I have my estate number and I'm dead in the first place?
Your fictional person is dead. You're not dead. You're talking to me right now, so you can't be fucking dead. Okay?
Yeah. He's right. The fictional dead is the person is dead in the water.
I get that on our end, but man, they idiots on their end because they got an agenda, man. I'm just trying to tell you
you are operating on presumptions, and you're operating on the wrong presumptions in a lot of this case. Okay.
Pat.
Yeah.
This is Bill. Something just dawned on me. Are we supposed to do that 3520 and the 3520A? Are we supposed to do that after we have acquired the funds or before we acquired the funds?
Well, basically, after you've got the 98 number, then you turn around and you could do the 3520 and 3520A.
That's probably why we haven't received nothing yet. Then
take a look at it. But yeah,
that's probably because everything else is done.
But there again, most of that is dealing with the insurance side of the issue. Okay.
Yeah, I realize that, but it's just something that I was just listening to how everybody was talking, and what has happened. Like we've been kind of taking the cart before the cart, and what has happened, I think, like when we got our 98 or 99 number, they said that we didn't have that in, so they in turn send us the 98 or 99 number. So what I'm saying is, I think what is happening is we need to do the 98 or the 99 number on that 3520. And that will open up everything. It just kind of hit me that way.
Yeah.
Well, we did do it, but they wanted us to do it, but we didn't do it.
That's right.
We did it, but they said it was wrong.
That's right. And we didn't have the 98 or 99 number. We didn't have that at first. But now we got it, so why we should probably do that from a gun and get in, and I think that's what will open up everything.
Well, pull up the forms and take a look at them, okay?
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how to do them.
It's pretty simple. Most of it's simple, but it ain't
right because they sent them back and said it wasn't right.
Because we did not have our 98 or 99 number.
I think that was short after we got it.
I think they supposed to help you with those forms.
It was before. I got a copy of everything that we've ever done. It was before, not after. And the doggone thing just hit me just now when this other guy was mentioning about the 98 and 99 number. That's what the deal is. We got to put that son of a gun in there. We'll fill out that 98 and 99 number on that 3520 and the 3528, and I think that's the deal. Because everything that we didn't send that 98 in there. We sent our Social Security number, then they assigned it.
They did. That's how they.
That's right.
We fill out a W. What was a W?
W-4, S4.
That's how we got our numbers.
That's right, but we got our state number. But I got a letter from the IRS that saying that you did not fill out, you did not do the, they did not have a number for me, but they assigned me one, and that's how I got my 98 number.
Didn't we call up and got that number?
No, we didn't. Not the 98.
Some people did, okay, and called up and got
mine.
Okay.
You didn't get yours, guy. You got the same letter I got.
Yeah, I know, but I called up and got my number.
You got your state number.
No.
Not that 98 or 99 number.
No, I called up and got that number.
Yeah, but you need to look over that form, and basically it's not everything that basically, it's more or less for the corporate side, okay? For their side. We really don't need it, okay? We've got the 98 number. Okay, it doesn't address anything about the 1099As or the Bs or the Cs in that 3520.
And so don't.
No, it don't.
I agree with that, but you know, there are a lot of things we
How can you transfer it if you don't do it by the 1099A, B, A, or C?
But I think those two forms are part of just.
Who's ever typing has got a very loud
Is
keyboard.
somebody typing or something?
Yep.
I'll mute out. That was me. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
That's okay.
Forgot.
Does anyone have a? My name is Kevin. How you doing? Does anyone have a template for 1041?
A 1041 is very easy. Okay. Just look at the form. Okay. What are you doing? Up the top. Basically, I told you before, when you do your 1099 A's or C's, everything is 0 down along the side except for 24E. 25, 28, and 29. And they all should be the same number.
Okay.
Okay, but you don't have any income. Okay? Just like on the 1040 form, you don't have any income. So when you fill out the 1040 form, if you're using your estate or you're just using your Social Security account with the 1040 form, you just put in there where it talks about the 1099s. That they're withholding that much from you. They are withholding everything from us. Okay.
Right. Would that be a negative 0? When you put 0 on everything, would it be a negative 0 on every one of them?
No, you just
except
put a
for
0 in there.
Okay.
Just put a 0. Okay.
Okay. And then on the front where it says list your thing, you would put the estate number, the 938 number.
Caller.
Well, on the 1041 form, you either use your estate EIN or your foreign grantor trust EIN.
Right. Okay.
Caller, your microphone, your volume is so loud.
Oh, my volume's too loud?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, Kevin, are you close to the microphone, or maybe it's just turned up in your computer?
It's probably turned up. I'm on the phone, so it probably turned up a little bit.
Okay.
Thank you.
Back away from it.
Okay. Let me get out my car, because I think that's what it is. When I was sitting in my car and it got loud, so let me get out my car and walk around outside.
Okay.
Is that better? Is that better?
All of these IRS forms,
right,
they're not really needed for us.
Right.
Okay? They're all for the corporations, for the dead people. They need to have a form for the dead.
Right.
I think you've got more noise outside.
Last night, I was telling you about, read the definition about conspiracy.
Right.
You also need to read about the Confiscation Act of 1861 and 1862. And
yeah,
also,
that's.
yeah, go ahead.
Is that in the CFR? Cause I seen something about Confiscation Act in the CFRs.
Well, it's in the Anderson's Law Dictionary also.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Go right in there. It tells you about the Confiscation Act. Then you can pull up that act in what is it, volume 15 or 14 of the statutes at large.
Right. Yeah. Because they had a lot of stuff. What you think is said, they had it in different places, CFR and other codes.
And then you also back to 1789, Act of Relief.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's where the Secretary of the Treasury. There was never supposed to be a debtor's prison in this country.
That's true. You're right. They violating the Pumpers Act.
Right, and basically, if they throw you in the prison and you come in and you are trying to do a set-off using a 1099-C or a 1099-A to pay the thing,
right,
then they are in violation of that act right there.
Yeah, because sometimes because you got to go through, they got bid bonds, payment bonds, and performance bonds when you're dealing with federal courts. And that's how you be able to get the bonds, the actual dollar amount on the bond.
It's what you have to do in court is address that the court is now a co-conspirator in the conspiracy to defraud you.
Yeah, you make them a third-party plaintiff in the indictment, with a true bill, rather.
Yes, but you have to allege, okay? It says in that definition, an overt act being necessary must be alleged.
Right,
you have
that's true.
to allege it.
Yeah, that's true.
You
You're absolutely
have to
right.
openly state that they are committing conspiracy against
That's true,
you.
because now you're stating your claim.
Yeah. Just like I tried to explain yesterday, basically somebody gets raped and they go and fill out a form charging robbery.
Right.
And then you go into court and basically the court dismisses it because they can't find any problem with robbery, but you were raped.
That's right. You're absolutely
You
right.
were filing the wrong charge.
Mm.
And see, it's all about conspiracy. This whole thing about this insurance is a conspiracy
and non-disclosure.
to injure you.
Yeah. Yeah.
The mortgage, the certificate of title, the property taxes, the state taxes, it's all a conspiracy to deprive you of your money.
Yeah, it's a fraud.
Yeah. They've got the money, okay?
Yeah.
They've utilized it. They're the ones that owe it to us.
Yeah, every time you put your signature on something, they securitize it.
Yeah.
They turn it to
It's like
change
all those people down in New Orleans there that basically, after Katrina, basically all the insurance companies just ran away. We ain't paying. We can't. We're broke. Well, they really weren't broke. They made out on the damn deal, but they got out of town.
Yeah, they're the actual pirates.
They
They're the pirates.
ability to go after them.
Yeah, they're the pirates.
Yeah. It's not the Federal Reserve Bank that's destroying the country. It's the insurance companies.
Yeah. It's the corporations.
Well, the insurance corporations, whatever.
Yeah.
The users of money, the insurers.
That's right. That's right. So I think one of them is Lord of London. Lord of London, they do high risk on all government bonds, on bid bonds, payment bonds, anything dealing with the federal court system, the bank system. That's the bank system. They use Lord of London. They high risk bonders.
Well, that was all the maritime law that basically
Yep.
is the insurance law.
That's true. You're absolutely right. Maritime contract.
So I don't know whether there's too much more that I could add from what I tried to address yesterday or not. But if there's any questions or anything about some of the stuff that I went over there yesterday about going and doing the 1099A to access your funds, okay?
Yeah.
If you've got your 98 number, you should be able to go right in and put, see, with the 98 number, you're standing now in the office. Now, if they prevent you from exercising your office, they are complicit in a conspiracy.
Mm-hmm. So I should
That's
really
on page
98
2
numbers.
of the definition of conspiracy.
Right.
To prevent a person from accepting or exercising an office.
Right.
And then the other one was down below, to destroy a vessel or the goods aboard with intent to injure any underwriter or lender of money. We're the underwriter. We're the only lender of money out here.
That's true. And that'd be us.
Yeah, we're the banker.
Yeah,
what are they doing?
Actually,
they're bank robbers.
Yep. Because our signature is the most powerful thing. Every time when you sign something, everything's funded through your signature.
Uh-huh.
They can't operate without our signature.
Right. And then basically, but it's all bank robbery.
That's right. You're absolutely right.
Who do you file that with, Patrick? If they prevent us,
you basically have to allege that they are operating in a conspiracy.
Yeah.
And then
you join them in.
If they do not allow the processing of those 1099As and Cs, even the IRS, okay, go into the Treasury site for the Inspector General.
Mm-hmm.
It says right there under the Inspector General that basically if you have a complaint against the IRS or against an IRS agent, you file your complaint with the Treasury Inspector General.
Yeah. So they work for us.
Yeah. And they will go after them because most of the people in the IRS are working for the insurance side, for the Social Security side of the ledger.
Yeah. Okay.
And see, that's where the CID also comes into play in that process too.
Yeah. 3949.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like the word last night that I told everybody to look up was instantainer. You do it.
It's the what?
Detainer.
A detainer?
Pleading.
A writ of detainer? A writ of detainer?
No, instantainer. INSTANTER.
Okay, instantainer. Okay.
That means without delay. 24 hours. And see, that's what a lot of the courts do against you, is you have to plead right now, within 24 hours.
Right.
That's an instantainer that they're doing against you. You have to turn around and give them, like the 1099A or C, and give them an instantainer to settle the matter.
Right.
That means they have to do it within 24 hours, or they have to have a valid reason why not.
Right, right.
And they won't be able to come up with one.
No, they don't.
So can you do that coming in the door?
Yes.
All
But
right.
you come in and you have to allege that basically they are conspiring against you with that driver's license, with that ticket, whatever.
Yeah.
It's an insurance adjustment. It's a fraud.
Yeah, it's
not against
a
the
contract.
living, it's against the fiction.
Yeah, it's a piece of contract.
Yeah, they're trying to keep from paying money out of the insurance policy.
Right. Now I really understand what you're saying now, Patrick.
Yeah, it's just like you have wind damage and half your shingles on the house are torn off, and they say, well, we'll replace half the shingles, but you're going to have to replace the other half.
Yeah, the adjusters. Those are the adjusters.
Yeah, you've got to pay for the whole roof, okay?
Yeah.
But they try and get you out of, they're trying to do an adjustment for their benefit.
Right.
Even though they've already got the money sitting there, they've utilized your assets, they have the money for a full new roof sitting there, but they don't want to give it to you.
Is it sitting in escrow, some type of escrow?
Well, they have it in the back room there, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of cases.
Yeah.
And if they're not using it to go down to Cancun or something like that on a vacation, I don't know what.
Jumping out of the cake with it. Yeah. Yeah, I think I got it all figured out. I got my I'm gonna do both of them because I got both numbers, my estate number and the trust.
Yeah.
Renters trust.
Get the things sent in, and I thought that I'd send fax into Rios at 6464, the last 4 digits of the phone number.
Right.
But it wouldn't work this morning, so I ended up sending them to the Secretary of the Treasury's fax number, which is 6415.
Yeah.
And I sent a 99A in there, a voucher, and a copy of my certificate of live birth, and then another one in there for with my DD 214.
Well, Patrick, do we send in a 1040? Yeah. Well, do we send in a 1040B or do we send in a 1099B? When you're doing your
send a 1099A.
I know you do a 1099A, but when you're doing it to the IRS, don't you send a 1099B or a 1040B with a negative?
I sent a 1099AV voucher.
Okay,
a
all right.
voucher for the basically, and I modified the one that I put up there recently.
Right.
To go back and against them.
Okay. We use those forms as opposed to using the 1040.
You make up your own voucher / a warrant. It's a warrant.
Right.
And see, we should be able to go right to the treasurer. We shouldn't have to go through the Secretary of the Treasury because, see, we are their boss. Okay, when you look up the definition of the setup of the Treasury,
right?
Okay, from 1789, when they set up the Treasury Department, it talked about the treasurer, and the treasurer is working for the fidelity of the persons to be by him employed. He's employed by us. We are the de jure government of America.
Right.
Excuse me, Patrick. Patrick, caller. If Patrick is talking to everybody, he's not just talking to you, and you are kind of like interjecting. Why don't you let Patrick speak, caller, please? You don't need to make all those
okay,
comments.
just stay back. Just stay back and listen, okay? You, okay? You don't need to put your 2 cents in either, okay? I need to have somebody in there once in a while to basically acknowledge that there is somebody else on the line here, okay? So I don't mind him being there, okay? Now, you need to read that act of 1879 about the Treasury, the setup. We send the A copy into the IRS, okay, of the 1099-A. That goes in with the 1096 form. That is for the auditors and the comptroller, for them to keep their records up to date. But we should be able to send our warrant right into the treasurer. Initially, it was that the Secretary of the Treasury had to authorize the warrant. Then the warrant went to the auditor, and then to the comptroller, and then to the treasurer. But since they've changed the system around and gave us our access with our certificate of live birth account, okay, our inheritance attached to that document, we now should have direct access to that. We shouldn't have to go through the Secretary of the Treasury. Before, you had to go through the Secretary of the Treasury. You had to submit something directly to him. And then if you wanted a loan or something like that, you went to your 2 state senators. You passed a private law. And then, because it needed a quorum out of the Senate, and they would pass the President Pro Tem and your 2 state senators would be the 3 parties that would be voting on it, and the President Pro Tem of the Senate didn't even need to vote, because basically your 2 state senators should be voting in your favor to get the access for you, because you're one of the people of the state. If you're setting a business up or something in the state, then you could go right there. If you're buying a farm or something in the state. But that's the way it was prior to 1933. But see, people didn't know that that was in the Constitution or the setup of the system, because they didn't read all the statutes and everything that were going on there. And then, like the Confiscation Act, they've tried to enforce that against us of 1861 and 1862, using that against us, because they're claiming by us having that Social Security account, we are in a rebellious state against the sovereignty of the land. Yeah, that's what we have to get rid of, is that damn insurance. That's Social Security insurance. And if they prevent you from getting rid of that, then it is a conspiracy to continue to deprive you of your rights.
What about depriving you of your funds?
Yeah, they're depriving you of everything, your total rights, your liberties, okay, your access to your funds.
That's exactly what's going on here.
Yeah. And see, debts and credits, which are intangible, are nowhere confiscated. If you read the definition about the Confiscation Act, that's what it was supposed to be.
Did you say there was an act called the Confiscation Act?
Yes, the Confiscation Acts of 1861 and 1862. It's in Anderson's law dictionary addressing those.
Okay.
And it just points right out what the hell's going on, that they had the capability to take away from people if you were exercising things that were in harm against the country.
But they're just doing it arbitrarily now.
Well, no, they did it. They brought it more forthright by bringing in that Trading with the Enemy Act. Okay? So if you're trading with the Enemy Act, you've got that Social Security account.
Right.
So why do they tell you not to use it once you get those state numbers in it?
Yeah, and you had the right to go into court and basically revoke any underwriting or undersignature on any insurance contract of being the underwriter.
That's what I had in mind. With the state attorney general.
Yeah, and basically if they refuse to allow you to do that, then you allege conspiracy on their behalf. And you say, okay, I'm alleging conspiracy and we're moving this right on up to the federal court level. And you're going to be complicit in the charges. You are a co-conspirator, Judge.
And when you indict, you have to indict somebody to charge them with something like that, right?
You do it right there in open court.
Yeah.
If that judge knows anything, they're going to run for the hills. They're going to try and dismiss that whole thing and get it off their hands.
So the Trading with the Enemy Act is just more proof of their intentions to deprive.
Right.
Yes.
Well, that deprived the U.S. citizens.
Patrick. Yeah, see what when Lincoln passed the 1861 and 1862 acts, the Confiscation Acts there, it was against the bankers at that point in time. Okay? It wasn't against the people. But the 14th Amendment and corporations that were set up and then got tied in with the 1860s or 1887 insurance system and then the Federal Reserve and then under the Social Security, they were setting all these deals up to come after the people. But the people and even the legislators didn't see all of this because it was done over a long period of time, and half those nitwit legislators and senators that get in there, they don't know the damn laws, period.
Right.
Well, a few of them do.
So in 1887, the Insurance underwriters came in and they started attaching or leaning the people, and then later on the Social Security Administration kind of like sealed it up.
Yes.
Yeah. Then that's when they really made it a religion.
Yeah. But they were starting to make it in 1907, okay, when they brought in the certificate of live birth, the birth registration, and the divorce and the marriage license and several other licenses. It wasn't until in the 1940s or even in the early 1950s that they brought in the driver's license.
Yeah. At one time, you didn't even need a picture license. You just had a piece of paper.
No, you didn't need a picture. You got your picture on your face.
Yeah.
I know who I am.
And then in about the 60s, they came out with the picture.
Yep, and everybody just drank the Kool-Aid.
Watch right on down the line.
All these people like Rod Class and everybody else that's out there going into court and thinking that they're winning, they really ain't winning. The insurance companies are still taking them for a ride.
They sure are. He's wearing an ankle bracelet now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I understand.
He can't help anybody anymore because he's got an ankle bracelet. They achieved their goal.
I understand his health is terrible, too.
And the same thing with all mortgage contracts, okay? I've told you guys that the mortgage basically is paid off after 3 years. Now, anything else after that is a conspiracy to defraud you.
Well, I'm glad I didn't write any
the
letters
insurance policy.
Yep. This kind of information's a way more solid punch to the courts and to the police and everything that's doing what they're doing than what I was going to do a week ago. This is a way better block. Not really a punch, I just call it a block.
And when you start looking at these things and start talking this stuff over, and that's why you need to get with several people and talk these things over back and forth. That reinforces your understanding. And the more you talk about it, the more it ingrains it into your mind so that now when you walk into court, you can just ramble this stuff off. And you'll just throw those judges and everything else completely off guard. But we never should get into court because basically we should be filing documents in a 1099-C or something in prior to that, or a 1099-A.
Yeah, it's hot.
Or a counter charge against them for conspiracy. And you put it in as an instantaneer to them. They have 24 hours to respond.
Hey Pat, can you go over the liquidation via the treasurer?
Go over what? You're cutting out. You're cutting out. I didn't hear what you said.
I said, can you just go over the process in regards to
submitting the 1099As for the treasurer, as far as like liquidating the assets?
I did that yesterday.
Okay.
Okay, if you listen to the audio that was done yesterday, it should be pretty much on that, okay?
A lot of detail.
Yeah, there isn't too much to it. I mean, basically you fill out the 1099A as the living person, as the PEO, your right-hand person. His number, his federal identification number, is your mailbox, your zip code, plus your 4-digit number. You don't have any other number assigned to you as the living. The other numbers, that is state EIN, that foreign grantor trust EIN, those are assigned to a fiction.
Oh.
Yeah, they have to have a form, okay? So you assign that to a trust, to a foreign grantor trust that is holding your assets, the account. And basically that is holding your ADRs, which is your certificate of live birth, your Social Security account, or your military DD-214 form, which is under your selective service number. And if you had more than one DD-214 form like I do, okay, the selective service number only appears on your first DD-214 form. It doesn't appear on my second discharge. And see, that's an 11-digit number also.
Yeah.
Pretty close to being the same format as the certificate of live birth number, but the last 6 numbers on the certificate of live birth, they've got it as 2 numbers dash 4 numbers. And you need to put the dashes in. Now, when they put it in, that shows that it is a broken number. And they operate with broken numbers because they're broke. They ain't got no money. That was sort of a pun.
Hey, Patrick.
Yeah, go ahead.
For those of us who are, still engaged with working as far as a job is concerned, how would we deal with, after acquiring our state EIN, the cancellation of, say, for example, a W-2 when it comes around, when the employer sends that into the mail?
Well, you need to try and concentrate on getting your 98 series number and getting some funds out of your account, or getting some funds out of your estate by filling out and doing cancellations of debt with the 1099-Cs, filing those in using the 1041 form, and trying to get some funds back.
That's true.
Notify the IRS that basically they are to expedite those items, or else they are conspiring. They are committing an act of conspiracy. Okay.
And that's simply done via the 1099-C, using the estate EIN and then filing the 1041 as far as like trying to get some funds withdrawn.
Right. To try and cancel the debt, you cancel at least 10 times at the federal level, 20 times at the state level, and like credit cards, up to 100 times. Shut down those damn credit cards. Get your credit back from them. Okay?
And in that situation, a 1099-A wouldn't be necessary because everything will be covered in 1099-C.
Yeah, you should be able to cover everything right on the 1099-C. You just you would only the funds coming back on line 7.
So you would only be using the 1099-A in situations where you're trying to, if you're dealing with like a court situation?
Yeah, basically like if you've got an appearance bond or something there.
Right, and you need to acquire you got to use something as far as like acquiring or canceling.
Yeah. Taxes, basically, if you've got property taxes coming back, you could address that all on the 1099-C. That you don't have any kids or something, and you're not going to pay school taxes. You only have to pay, and this is in the statutes out there also, that you only have to pay for services that are rendered. And basically, they've got that under your certificate of title to the property. That's the insurance policy. They're supposed to be paying the taxes.
So how do you get your money back?
You turn around and you cancel the debt against that certificate of title to the property. You take your property tax bill, you endorse it, and basically you say on there that you're only going to pay for the sheriff's department, the police protection, the fire department, and a couple other items. But everything else, I didn't receive any service from that, so I want that fund returned to me. If it's not returned to me, then you are operating in a conspiracy to defraud America, United States of America. Because you are the United States of America. That's the land. See, the one thing that they've got everybody confused about is the numerous different ways they use United States out here. There's really about 3 different United Stateses in their usage of this. United States of America refers to we the people. The initial United States in their process referred to the initial charter government, and then the next United States refers to the 14th Amendment government. And if these judges don't believe, basically, you just basically lodge your complaint about conspiracy. You're out there trying to conspire to cause me harm. You're supposed to be the public servant. And see, all of these courts out here, they're rogue courts. Read the 11th Amendment. to the Constitution.
Yeah, our road code.
They lost all power, per se, unless you violated an actual criminal charge of rape or something like that, to where you infringed and caused harm to somebody. Now, speeding down the highway and there's nobody else on their damn road, who have you harmed? Nobody. Not wearing a seatbelt, who have you harmed? Nobody.
Nobody.
It's all insurance write-offs. Those damn police officers are nothing but insurance adjusters. They all have a license. And they're just nothing more than the whack and hut security guards working for Walmart. They can only basically say, please don't run in the aisle. But they can't charge you a fine for running in the aisle. Can they? No. Now, if you knock a bunch of stuff off the shelf and cause some damage, yes.
Charge you for what you damage.
See, you've got to look at this thing from a slightly different aspect. These police officers, they're only in there in a corporate standpoint. If you're not a citizen of that city, an employee of that city, they have no jurisdiction over you. The only thing that they can do is give you a warning. Please slow down. You might hurt one of our employees. Anything else is total fraud. And it's a conspiracy to deprive you of assets.
So, Pat, if I wanted to say, I don't know, cancel X amount of money on a 1099, claim that back on the 1041. They have just so I could have like some funds available. How would I determine what I can cancel on a 1099-C, or is that just basically up to my discretion?
It's up to your discretion. What are you operating with? What contract? Okay. Property taxes, back taxes. Okay, you paid out of your back pocket. You can go in and say that those were withheld from you. You could do a 1099-A for that property that you paid out of your back pocket. You abandoned that payment that you made.
That would also include, like, bills and stuff as well, right?
What?
I said that would also include, like, bills as well, like utility bills.
Yeah, turn around and put the charge in against the utility company. They're holding your property.
I don't think I had to do that, man. I did it. I had 30 days
now. Now, the substitute 1099 form that you wrote up is for the liquidation of the estate, correct?
Well, you basically put, I sent those into the Secretary of Treasury, okay? The documents that I put up there last Friday, Thursday or Friday that Tom had posted up there, and I don't know whether some people are still having problems downloading those forms off the site.
He sent the email. He sent the email out with all of them. So, because Yahoo's been having some issues. So yeah, there's an email you can access all those documents.
Yeah, everything is over on.
I got a call from a couple people. I got a call from a couple people that were still trying to download them off the site, and I told them to go and check out the message board there to get the link from Tom for where the other files are located at.
Yes, in the link section, there's a link saying temporary file backup, and that points over to the e-concurrent site, and everything is over there.
Yeah, a lot of people just don't know how to operate that link.
I was trying to figure out how to add a footer to every email, putting that at the bottom of every email, but that part's not working on the group site.
I know they've sort of messed this whole thing up, and I don't have any access to try and get in there to. I hate this whole damn thing.
So you sent those. So you sent those documents into the Secretary of Treasury. You were saying, and then you were gonna finish.
Yeah, basically I sent them in on Friday to basically have them ordering them that I wanted those ADRs, and see they are American Depository Receipts. And then we have ADSs, American Depository Shares of Stock, in the city, the state, the country. We have one share in each one of those. And those are held at DTC in Seed Company. And they're being used as collateral in their process there.
So then the Secretary of Treasury then is supposed to take the documents that you submitted and are they going to be the ones that are going to do like a type of barter? Are they going to be bartering the assets over to wherever you designate
be doing the 1099-Bs or whatever. Okay, they should run them through the auditor and through the comptroller to bring them into settlement.
I see.
Yeah, the comptroller has to collapse all the bonds that are out there against those, and then especially against the Social Security account. And see, that's the bad witch of the West, is the Social Security account. The bad witch of the East was the certificate of live birth document, okay? And basically she died at the very beginning in The Wizard of Oz. The house fell upon her. The shoes, the ruby slippers, went on to Dorothy. You have your office. You just have to stand up and start exercising that office over that certificate of live birth account.
So Patrick, on the 1099-C, when you put in the lender's box, you put your estate name down there, or you put the trust name down there, and then on the borrower's box, do you put what name you put in that borrower's box? We want to calculate to get moving money out there.
Everything when you're doing, I would do the 1099-Cs would be using the estate EIN because they're the ones that have the bonds written against them.
Okay.
Your certificate of live birth really doesn't have the bonds written against it. All the bonds had to go through the Social Security system. That's why they had to bring the Social Security system and get everybody in the country under the Social Security system so that they could access our funds that were held under the certificate of live birth account.
Okay.
Yeah, the bad witch of the West. And that's when you liquidate her. And like I said yesterday, the little monkeys and then the guards that were protecting the bad witch of the West, okay, which is the Social Security system. The little monkeys are the U.S. Marshals. The guards are the Secret Service agents.
Mm-hmm.
And the little monkeys were the ones that always caused the most havoc out there. And basically, because they're working with the courts.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a monkey court.
So when I do that, when I try to do the 1099-C with the estate, and then take money from the trust, I can put any denominations on there, or as far as the 1099-C canceling out and trying to retrieve the money back out of the estate from the trust, from the trust to the estate rather.
Yeah, but you try and utilize what you're working with, okay? Like, say, the driver's license, okay? You want to terminate and liquidate that, okay?
Right.
I would say that the driver's license policy that they have is a $100,000 liability protection policy.
Right.
Okay. Now, your certificate of title to the vehicle, basically, it's got the value on there for the new purchase car value right on the certificate of title. So they've taken that value times more than likely 20 times because it's a state document. So you multiply that value times 20 and basically order the termination and liquidation of that certificate of title. You send that into the state insurance commissioner or somebody at your state level. The B copy. The A copy goes into the IRS.
Okay.
And then basically address when you send this in that this is under an instantaneer. You have 24 hours without delay to process this thing. Otherwise, charges of conspiracy will be filed. Because they are really in the process of committing treason and a conspiracy against the United States of America. You will become the plaintiff in the action. They become the defendant.
Hey Pat, one last question. In regards to the estate EIN number of the decedent of your SS person. Now, say you have not gotten your foreign grantor's trust number yet. Can the state come in and like if you're not showing the IRS that you're trying to move in closing that estate down, do they have the authority to come in and shut down that EIN number?
No.
Are you guys pausing, or is the call over?
I'm hearing them.
No, you can't. They can't come in and basically shut that thing down. If they try and do that, you call them up and you chew their butt out.
All right, call me back later if you want. Hey, Rick just said that.
George out in Washington ran into that problem. He called them up and basically they were trying to shut his estate EIN number down, and basically they backed off.
Okay. So they cannot touch that EIN number.
No.
Well, I understand from what people said before that if you don't file your 56s, then that could happen to you. You need to get the 56s in.
Yeah, you definitely need to get 56s in against your estate EIN and against your foreign grantor trust EIN.
Okay. All right.
56 and 56F.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Patrick. I had a question at the beginning. the brother was saying that when he called in to get his EIN number, he was running into some adversarial agents, and you told him, I don't know, something, maybe I misunderstand it, that's why I'm asking for clarity. Did you say that it's okay to use a Social Security number when getting the foreign grant of trust, or did I misunderstand that?
Yeah, you basically give them your, if they want your Social Security number, give it to them. Okay, you haven't terminated it yet, so basically it still belongs to you. Okay, you're over that dead person. So if they want it, give it to them. Just get the number, okay? Whatever it takes to get that
totally
foreign grant or trust number.
I thought that there wasn't supposed to be any association between the social and the foreign grant of 98 EIN number.
No, they're all tied together until basically you start getting the Social Security liquidated and out of the system. Okay? But they're all tied together right now.
So if we have the estate EIN number of the dead person, SS person, so can we still use our Social Security number at that point, or no?
Yes. But you need to basically also, in the process, put that into the Secretary of the Treasury, because Secretary of the Treasury is also a trustee over that Social Security item. Okay? The Attorney General is also another trustee in there.
Okay.
And basically you come in and allege, basically you go to the Attorney General and allege conspiracy to him and say, this needs to be shut down. This is a conspiracy to defraud America. I'm ordering the termination of all insurance policies, starting with the master insurance policy, and then all attached insurance policies, like the driver's license, like the certificate of title to the vehicle, the certificate of title to the house, because they all are attached to your Social Security number. Any whole life policies, any bank accounts that you have that have insurance attached to them, you're going to terminate all of those.
That's going to be everything. Pretty much, the majority of the system will be terminated.
Yes. Everything out here is basically operating in insurance.
And then you turn around, and then you can file 1099-Cs or As based off any type of taxes or thing that you paid into any of those.
Well, if you close those down, then you won't be doing that, okay? They won't be sending you a bill. You will have to do private contracts at that point in time to get police protection, to get garbage protection or garbage pickup, road services, fire protection. Okay?
Wow.
Yeah, see, you were after the frying pan at the bank.
Oh, yeah.
To set up that bank account. You wanted something for nothing.
Call my mother.
But you didn't get something for nothing. You got the shaft. If that's something, I guess that is something.
Oh, man.
One movie that this was brought out about conspiracy to defraud was the movie Brewster's Million. He had to get rid of $30 million to get his inheritance of $300 million. That's what you've got to do, is get rid of this $30 million insurance system out here to get your $300 million in lawful assets.
That's true. That stuff is, this is like biblical stuff.
And it was brought up right there at the very beginning, or at the very end of the item. I think that this is a conspiracy to defraud. The lawyers basically were sitting there that they were trying to defraud Richard Pryor of his right by holding a $20,000 payment.
So basically, in order to gain your inheritance, you have to get rid of all of this other nonsense out here.
You have to get rid of basically order of termination of all your insurance policies. And he basically has allowed them to confiscate your assets from you, to hold them back.
And that's under, you said that's under the Confiscation Act?
Well, that's part of it, yeah. But it's also under the Trading with the Enemy Act and a few others that they've tried to institute for their benefit against you. All in this conspiracy.
You said that movie was called Brewster's Millions?
Yeah.
Okay. I never heard of it.
Yes, with Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor.
Yeah, and I took notes, and you said, yeah, they did the other thing, like Trading with the Enemy Act, just so that they could withhold more of your assets.
Right.
Or deprive you of them. Yeah, calling you the enemy. Now they have the Patriot Act, too.
Yeah. But see, you have to come in and you have to claim conspiracy. You have to allege conspiracy to defraud, to prevent you from exercising your office, your free will. And that's what all these courts do. They take your free will away from you. You really don't have free will out here right now. And that was brought out in the movie Adjustment Bureau. 99% of the people running around this country think that they have free will, but they don't. They're being controlled. And if you're being controlled, you don't have free will. Any other questions?
Also, in the original Brewster's Millions, they are in the black and white version. He's spending all that first bit of money out on a boat on the water by renting a boat.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
Yeah,
you might want to check the. You might want to check the black and white one. I think Cary Grant plays in it. It kind of, after I've seen, the Richard Pryor version for years, and then after the last 2 or 3 years looking at it with new glasses on, the old one, some of these movies are, there's older versions in black and white, and sometimes you can glean a little, couple nice nuggets out of it that way.
Yeah, by taking a comparison between the two different movies, yeah.
And
see, in the early movies, the 1930s and stuff, they were putting out quite a bit more information than but some of these later movies now are really putting out like this Route 60 or Interstate 60
I gotta go work early in the
really
morning.
put a lot of information into that movie. And then Now You See Me with the Four Horsemen. That really put a lot of this out here in the process, going from the banks to the insurance company to the corporation.
See you later. Okay.
Patrick?
Yeah.
We talked earlier about me writing a cover letter to the banks about my mortgages.
Yes.
And I've written one.
Okay.
Should I run it by you now so you can beat me up on it?
No.
I think I got it pretty much.
It's up to you. Okay.
Okay.
That I would, like I told you before, put in there about that if this is not complied with, you will file conspiracy charges into the Treasury Department, the Inspector General.
I have that. I have 17 points in it. I could go over it if you want, or people, or I could just dump it on the Skype group, and we could discuss it there, whichever works better.
But like I said yesterday, okay, the three characters, the straw man, the tin man, and the cowardly lion, were all personifications of Dorothy. She had no brain, she had no heart, and she basically had no courage. During the movie, she had to obtain all three of those. She had to start caring. She had to start understanding. And she had to start getting some courage to stand up.
So what was the dog all about? What was Toto on it for?
He was the spirit, okay, of right and wrong. He exposed the truth.
Yeah, that's right, because he pulled the curtain back, yeah.
He pulled the curtain back.
Wow.
And then the good witch of the north is Rosa Rios, the treasurer. And for about the last 11 or 12 out of the last 14 treasurers of the Department of the Treasury basically have all been females.
It's interesting.
Hey, Patrick, this is Steve.
Steve.
When your mind sees something like a cartoon or something that it knows isn't real, like Wizard of Oz, and it's just, like a Fantasyland thing, it really can't connect the dots because it knows it's not real, and it just kind of goes in one ear and out, through your ear and one out the other ear or something. It just doesn't stick anywhere. You're just like, it's like watching a cartoon. It's just fluff. It doesn't stick in your mind.
Until you go back.
Yeah.
No, but you have to look at these things that basically somebody is trying to tell you something, okay? So everything, and the thing is, all of those things are documentaries. The movies, they're a documentary. So they're telling you something. It's a document. It's not a written document, but it did start out as a written document, and now it was put into color or black and white on a screen. But it is still a documentary of telling you the truth or some facts.
Yeah, and then later on, Matrix got a little more in your face with that Agent Smith stuff and all the battles and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot more in your face about it affecting you, you know.
I mean, all the vampire movies and everything else, they're all saying a lot of the same thing. How destructive these things are, these vampires, these bloodsuckers, these insurance companies that are out here.
I recommend if no one has seen, there's a new TV show out called Dracula. Comes on NBC, I believe. And there's a lot of subliminals in there as well. It actually, like in the first episode, the whole concept of light that was prescribed in Anderson's dictionary is portrayed in a scene where he is providing a new source of free energy before these major it's called the Order of the Dragon, and they're pretty much these heads of this elite corporation that own all of the insurance claims and policies or shareholding to the oil company, the major oil company in that time. And he's here, there's a scene where he takes out light bulbs and he passes them out to everyone to demonstrate this new technology of free energy. And if you see that and you read the definition of light in Anderson's, and you can correspond what's going on, the dynamic between Dracula and this order, it's very descriptive in presenting that situation. But in this situation, Dracula is actually flipped, and he plays the role of the American. And what he's dealing with is these international bankers that are part of this order attempting to prevent him from presenting this natural inheritance or this free energy to the people.
Well, it's amazing that they're talking about free energy, because that's been suppressed for 100 years.
Yeah, it's very interesting because this order actually put a curse on him, and when you look at the story behind Dracula as they presented in this TV show, the curse took away his light. So he was cursed, not able to walk in the light because they did it as like a punishment for him. And so he's working to try to get back that ability to walk in the light.
I have to go take a look at it.
Yeah, a lot of powerful stuff in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of science in that.
Did everybody look up the definition of legacy in Anderson's dictionary also?
No, I haven't, Patrick, but I'll try to look. I'll look it up tonight.
Yeah.
I couldn't find instantaner in Anderson's. I just tried there, but I saw.
No, you may not find it in Anderson's. But it's in Black's, Bouvier's, or Oxford Universal Dictionary.
Okay, I'll look there. I did find a Google definition of instanter, which means immediately, right now.
Yes.
And it's referred to as having a legal meaning. Immediately, right now, and usually means within 24 hours.
Yes, and it is also a pleading. Okay. Basically, that's what you go into court, and basically they are giving you right there. They are giving you an instantaner or an instanter, whatever, order, a pleading to plead either guilty or not guilty.
Right.
and that's an instant tainer. Or
well, if you look up instanter, it's the second entry, and it's the Free Legal Dictionary. Instanter, immediately, presently, the term it said means that the act which applies shall be done within 24 hours, but a doubt has been suggested by whom the account of the hours is to be kept, and whether the term instanter as applied to the subject matter may or not be properly taken to mean before the rising of the court, when the act is done in court, or before the shutting down of the office of the same night when the act is to be done there. And there's several legal...
But the thing is, you've got to know what court you're talking about.
Yeah.
The court of man. Your court. You are the court of equity. That's what basically was taken away from the court system with that 11th Amendment. It gave that court back to the people. The court of equity.
So I should put instanter in my letter, cover letter.
Yes.
Okay.
You use that in there, that basically this is an instanter pleading.
Instantaner or instantor?
Well,
instant.
I-N-S-T-A-N-T-E-R.
Right.
Okay.
However you pronounce it.
Okay.
Okay, I'll put that right in front here. To the dear CFO, I urge you to settle this matter honorably and instanter.
Yeah, and then look up in Black's Law Dictionary, or I don't know whether it's in Bouvier's or a couple others, but talking about bull, B-U-L-L.
Yes.
Okay. It normally talks mostly about the papal bulls, but in Black's Law, it has another statement down there that a bull may come from the government as a letters patent. Okay? And then look up letters patent. And when you write a letter, you are the originator. You have just patented that letter. They cannot use, the recipient does not have the authority to publish that letter. Only you, as the original, can give the authority to publish that letter. If it's a letter patent, and basically most all of our letters are letters patent. So if they use a letter against you to cause you harm and you have not given them permission, then they have infringed upon your patent rights. See, people don't know how much power they have out here.
You know, like you and other people were saying that they securitize everything, including our letters.
Yeah.
Yep.
But they can't securitize it, basically, if they don't have some numbers to basically process that through, okay? That's part of the misconception of the patriot community that, yeah, they're doing everything against us. That's all presumption, okay? Until you become the underwriter, okay, giving them the authority, they do not have the authority, and they are not going to take that authority in all cases, because if they did and they got caught doing that, they would be basically up shit's creek without a paddle. And they're not going to do that in all cases. So you need to watch what you're presuming out here, because half of your presumptions are dead wrong. That's what's gotten this whole damn patriot community in a tither, because people have been operating under the wrong presumptions.
No, I don't want it.
Okay, any other questions?
No, I don't have none right now, Patrick.
Okay.
Okay.
Last night's call was one of your best you ever had, Patrick.
Listen to the call from last night, and then try and listen to some of this stuff. Try and make some heads, tails out of it. Get in some groups. Try and find some people that are in your local area, and start talking this stuff over. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. They have some groups on Skype. I think it is Skype. I signed up for it last night.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get with Tom on that and whatnot.
Well, it's running all day long.
Skype.
Yeah, the Skype group.
Yeah, well, my Skype name is
start setting up many other Skype groups. Okay, if several you want to break away and talk more freely in some other areas,
or on
start
specific,
grouping together.
On specific subjects too, or projects.
Yeah, I'm not trying to cut the umbilical cord. I want to stay connected to the umbilical cord. But I do want to talk to other people. Like I say, my Skype name is Focus Now 54 on Skype. So I want to talk to other people, because, like I said, I was in a federal jurisdiction for 20 years, so everything is like I'm a dinosaur. So I'm trying to learn. I got a little bit. My name is Kevin Woodruff. I got a little stuff on there, so I'm just trying to get the fundamentals of it, so I can be more. I don't want to put bad documents in there. I want to put documents in there that's mostly correct.
What's your Skype name?
It's Focus Now 54.
You're not in the Skype group.
Well, I signed up last night, so I don't know where I got to go to get into the Skype group.
Oh, did you sign up as LibreMax?
No, I didn't sign up as LibreMax. No.
Okay, I didn't get Skype request, contact request from Focus 54.
So I got to go to LibreMax, you say?
No, you just Skype me, T. Widler, TWIDLAR. Send me a Skype request, and say you want to be in the group, and then I'll put you in the group right away.
Okay. I'll do that tonight. As soon as I get home, I'll go right on there tonight and do it over again.
Very good.
Okay, Tom. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Hey, Tom, I got a question. This is Marshall.
Okay.
Can we use this conference call on other nights?
Yeah, we can use it whenever we want.
Okay, so if people want to call in and just talk about things and try to focus on what we're doing.
Yeah, on a specific topic. Yeah, we can set up calls that way for people that need to, that want to use the phone rather than... Sure, the hardest part is to set up the calls, because people are all running on different schedules.
Right.
Right, but if we start designating a night or something, or if people want to share their phone numbers or something like that, that we can get a call.
We could do that too. Yeah, I what I need to do is because I have actually another conference call that allows better screen sharing, and with screen sharing we could pull a form up and discuss it, or like I did my conspiracy letter, cover letter, and we could all discuss it and bang away and improve it.
Okay, like a think tank.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, this is Steve again in California. I'm in touch with Marshall. I've been contacting you with him. If anybody wants to get a hold of me, I'm FluxFlyer49, FLUXFLYER 49.
Okay.
I don't see you there. You haven't joined the Skype group either, have you?
Yeah, I'm in it. You're talking to me, Thomas.
You're in as Stephen.
Oh, okay, but that's my name, but my call sign, you know, your call sign.
Huh.
He received free phone calls over Skype.
You know, your Skype ID.
Yeah, your Skype ID.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I don't see either one. I don't see Stephen here, though. I know when I call. No, you're in the call.
Right.
When I call,
I don't know who Tonka is. Tonka's on the call. I don't know who Tonka is.
Right, but you're in the call group, but you're not in the Skype group.
Oh, there's a different Skype group? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm mistaken then.
Yeah.
Now, I could, if you want to be in the Skype group, since I already have your ID already, we've already did contact requests, I can put you in the Skype group if you want to.
Yeah, that'd be great, Thomas.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that'd be great for me too. Focus Now 54. That'd be great because I'm,
Well, I have to have. We have to establish contact first. That's why you.
Okay. Okay.
I'll contact you, Focus Now 54. I'll contact you also.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah, my pleasure.
How you doing, Tom?
Because I'm in California too.
Good.
How you doing, Tom? This is Libra Max.
Okay, Stephen, you're in the Skype group now.
Okay.
So Focus Now 54.
Yeah.
Am I sending a Skype request to you? How do I add a contact?
I think Focus Now 54. I have it on my website. You need a contact number or something?
No, I just need I've been receiving contacts. I just don't know how to send them. Duh.
Okay.
Oh, that was look at your Skype at the bottom of the screen when you're typing it in. And just hit send, Tom. This is Libra Max. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I don't see what you're saying. I mean,
no.
Search by name or save a phone number. Well, I'll just search by name. Let's see what happens. Okay, I say that. It says Kevin Woodruff, right?
Yeah, that's me, Kevin Woodruff. Yeah.
Okay, well then I think you're already in the group as Kevin Woodruff, aren't you?
Yeah, I should be already in the group as Kevin Woodruff, but when I went to Skype, I used my Skype name as Focus Now 54.
Okay. Well, that's the phone. Kevin Woodruff is the phone. And Libra Max, you're calling me on the phone. That's not what I need. I need you to send me a Skype contact request. No, Libra Max. You're okay.
I already saved you.
Right. You're in the group already as Libra Max, but you're also calling me too. Okay.
Okay. Well. Okay. I'm gonna go home. I'll be there in a few minutes, and I'll go get on there and send you a request.
Yeah, just send me a request, and as soon as I see it, I put you right in the Skype group right away.
Okay. Yeah, because it might take me a little minute, because like I say, I'm a dinosaur when it comes to the computer, because like I said, I was in a federal jurisdiction for 20 years, so it's kind of like all is kind of Greek to me as far as these computers.
Running a Skype group is no more complicated than typing it in an old teletype.
Okay.
You know, it's like typing on a typewriter all day long.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, okay, I will do, because I need to try and get some stuff put in, because like I said, I got all my numbers, and I'm just sitting on them. I need to move forward, so I can be able to move forward.
Very good.
Okay. Thanks, Tom.
Thank you. You're welcome. Okay.
Hey, Kevin, I see you're from Antioch. I used to live down that area, too.
Yeah, I'm from Antioch. I've been there for a little while, so it's okay. It's all right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna turn on.
Okay.